Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, easy for you to say. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. It is Monday, January 1st when I am recording this, so hopefully you all rang in the new year, new decade with a little bit of enthusiasm. I did something special, and so you have to excuse anything. A little delay today. Okay, so this reading is for January 6th through January 19th. We are going to cover the eclipse. We're going to cover Saturn and Pluto conjunction and a whole bunch of other things. The energies this year are being set up based on what's happening this week. It is very much the Capricorn flavor of the year ahead as we move into the age of Aquarius. We are at the doorway. We've been standing in the doorway. I believe that when Saturn comes into conjunction with Jupiter on December 21st, in Aquarius, we are going to be crossing the threshold into a new age. And that's what I believe. I don't know what everybody else is saying, but that's what it feels like to me. And so this is a year of structural foundation, of going in and, kind of knocking out some walls and rebuilding things and making sure everything's sturdy and can withstand changes, and lots of changes are coming. I did channel a message for you, and I'll get to that in just a second, and you might want to hang around for that one because that one was interesting. It was unusual. It's not the kind I usually get at all. So so some changes are coming up. Wow, I lost my train of thought there because I was thinking about that message. All right, so hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment, connect your energy to mine so that when I channel messages, I'm connecting with your energy and you are more likely to get a message that resonates for you. I also want to recommend that you make a point of checking out your sun, your moon, and your rising, because you never know exactly where the messages are going to be for you, but it could also be that you get something from all three of them and it gives you a more well-rounded picture of what's going on. Okay. All right. I'm going to give this message now because it is really bothering me. And then I will get to the rest of this. I do want to recommend that you hit the notification bell, though. Hit the notification bell if you are subscribed so you'll know when I upload videos, because I'm going to only be uploading videos twice a month from now on because I have some stuff I need to work on. So, the message was really weird. When I went into your energy, first thing I saw was a big head of a bear turn around and look at me. And I was like, whoa, what? And it was really dark. It was really dark. And I was nervous and struggling. I'm like, well, what is that bear? Okay, so a bear represents a lot of things. It represents challenges ahead. It represents strength and security, the mother bear energy. It represents the need to get enough rest. It could be any of those things. But what I saw after that was you sitting at the computer and you were reading your emails. And there was something that was really bothering you in your email. And so I think over the course of the next 2 weeks, Mercury is super busy. Make sure you're staying on top of your emails. Messages could be coming other ways, but I saw it as an email. And there is something that is going to shake you up a bit. It could have to do, okay, so the bear could also represent like the military or working for General Motors or some big entity, right? It could represent your finances. A bear market is where you keep everything stable and you don't take any risks or anything. So just pay attention. It was really weird, and I was like, is this the message I'm really getting? And that was all I got, and it was felt like a warning. So pay attention to what you hear, what you see, particularly to written messages that come in either through the mail or through email. Check your bills. Okay. Check your bills. Look out for credit cards that have been, check your credit card statements. Make sure that you actually charged everything, that you have not had a compromise in your credits, like someone has stolen your credit card or something like that, your information. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Sagittarius, that's not my typical at all. So, okay. Let me know how that goes. Wow. All right. So, this energy that is happening this week, the last time this happened was back in 82, 83. the Saturn and the Pluto conjunction. And then the Saturn is going to conjunct 3 times this year with Jupiter, and Jupiter's also going to conjunct 3 times with Pluto this year. And so then there's all this energy, and the last time this happened, it was all happening in Libra about 35 years ago. So what was going on then? The North Node was in Cancer at that time, so this is really about wrapping up that cycle of your relationship with your mother, father, that may have been playing out in your relationship with your children, in your relationship with your significant others throughout the last 35 years. And so what have you learned from this? What have you gained? What can you wrap up and let go and put in the karmic dustbin and leave behind you? Because we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is not this darker, heavier energy of the earth signs, because it is more of it's not the Pisces age either. And Pisces is that deep emotional healing, needing to heal the karma. And so now it's like our thoughts are sort of generating where we're going next. It's the expansion of the universe. It's the expansion of your ability to think and feel your way through it. Now, I am going to really focus on your day-to-day stuff on this channel over the course of the next year, because I think it's measured steps that get you there. And I don't want you to worry about the big global thing, but you are ending a major cycle. So what were the lessons learned? What was the wisdom gained? What can you leave behind you? It becomes really important at this point. So let's get into this week a little bit. January 6th, the energy, that's Monday, and hopefully you're watching it today. Be careful not to push too hard. You've made gains somewhere in some kind of a relationship or a situation or whatever. And if you push too hard, maybe it's a healing process. If you push yourself too hard, you're going to have a setback. You're going to lose some of what you've gained. So watch out for that. There is a lot of interaction over the next 2 weeks with Mercury. Mercury is moving very quickly right now, and it's touching aspects of so many planets, and all these ideas are flying around, and they're hard to hang on to. And so grab those things and put them on paper. As soon as you get a really good idea, something that you want to do for the future, whatever, write it down. Write it down, whatever your thoughts are. Journaling daily will be very helpful, but also keeping a pad handy. And when you wake up from a dream, writing the snippets down, and the information or whatever guidance that you're getting becomes really, really important, because Mercury will slow down when it goes into retrograde. So when we get into February, it starts to slow down, and then it's going to go retrograde, and it's a great time then to research the ideas that you're getting now, to revisit them. But right now, write them down, because they're going to be in and out like so grab them, pull them in while you can, to figure out what you're going to do with it next. And Sagittarius, you've got a big year ahead of you. I almost forgot to mention this. This full moon eclipse that we're having right now is in Cancer, and it wraps up the North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn. Those are the nodes of the moon. And so they are shifting into Gemini and Sagittarius. The South Node being in Sagittarius, the North Node being in Gemini, because it moves in counterclockwise through the astrology. So this is a point where you really, what you let go of now helps you to set your goals for what you need to research to gain more wisdom and knowledge moving forward. It's a big deal for you. The next 18 months, the eclipses will be happening mostly in your signs. We have one more Capricorn eclipse coming on July 5th. Other than that, we're going to be having eclipses in Gemini and Sagittarius. And so this is important stuff for you. When we get to the 10th, and I've been saying the 11th, and I was so wrong. I'm often wrong, so I'm not surprised by that. But for those of you who are disappointed, I'm sorry. It is happening at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the lunar eclipse in Cancer. It's at 20 degrees, straight up 20,000. This is huge stuff. And so at the same time, we've got Uranus going direct in Taurus. We've got Mercury conjuncting the Sun. We've got the Sun conjuncting the South Node. All this energy, pop, 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 pop. And then 2 days later, we have the exact conjunction at 22 degrees and some change of Capricorn. We've got Saturn and Pluto hitting that conjunction. And so by the time we get to Monday the 13th, there's more, the sun is starting to come through, and it is going to make aspects. It's going to come in conjunction with Saturn and Pluto. And so it just keeps going. And so the energy builds and builds and builds and builds, and the transitions happen. And so the need to let things go that are not work in order to bring in what does work becomes super, super important. So what are you willing to let go of so that you can advance forward, so that you can grow? And so I noticed that I got a little something happening here. And if you'll just bear with me, I think it's probably because I was uploading a video. And whenever it gets into the processing stage, it seems to want to do that thing. It'll clear in a moment. Okay, so what else? Oh, the 15th. The 15th is going to be a tough day. We've got the moon making a square, which is a very difficult aspect to all the planets that are going, it's because it's in Libra, and I'll be making all these difficult aspects to all the planets over in Capricorn. So put your head down. It is a day to be productive. You can get a lot done that day, but people are going to be crappy. So look out for that. Pay attention for that. And mostly the rest of the month is all about getting ready to figure out what it is that you want to go from here. The moon, we finish out on the 19th with the moon in Sagittarius, and so it's aiming for the future. And where do you want to go? So your overall energy for this week, you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. That is slow, steady, patient movement forward. That is Capricorn energy. So the energy of this week, this 2 weeks, is really going to influence, everything else that's going on. Okay, so this reflection card has shown up a couple times. It showed up for Scorpio. It showed up for Taurus. So if these are strong in your chart, the need to take some time out over the next 2 weeks to reflect on decisions you've made, how they played out, accepting responsibility for your part in things, understanding that what you do is reflected back to you becomes really important. But look at this. You have this manifestation energy. This has shown up also, but I don't remember who. Gemini, I'm thinking. But anyway, so always check out your sun, your moon, your rising, because if they're doubling down on it, it becomes really important. So reflecting on how you got to where you are and understanding that you have all the tools at your disposal to move things forward in a very methodical, well thought out way, because that is what the Knight of Pentacles is about. It's about getting the job done, paying attention to the details, doing it in a methodical way that really produces results. All right, so I am going to encourage you, if I've not already said this, I have lost track of what I talk about. If you're a subscriber, hit the notification bell. I'm only going to be doing videos twice a month now because I have a lot of things on my plate that I'm trying to accomplish in this laying the foundation year. And so going to be doing them with the 9-card spread. I think that it provides the most information over the course of the couple of weeks that we have going on. And so if you've not seen this before, this is thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. The center card is the key to the situation, and the key to the situation is, okay, so you have the 8 of Swords in the key position around your heart, and that is being stuck in a prison of your own making. But what's really interesting here is Spirit is trying to lead you out. And look, there's no bars on that window. You can get out, and all that's wrapped around you are some vines, and the vines probably grew on you because you couldn't make a decision. You were standing there, right? It looks like I'm trapped because I've been standing here so long. The vines grew in from the side of the building, and they're wrapped around me too. And maybe it's time to climb onto that dragon and go ahead and make the move, okay? Kind of looks like this dragon. Very similar, right? Very similar. Okay, in the recent past, you have been trying to get some information on how to rule your world, right? The King of Wands. The King of Wands knows that opportunities flow to them. When you're doing research on this, it seems like you've been seeking more information and more guidance. The King of Wands, I think that is Sagittarius energy. I kind of always associate the Queen of Wands with Leo and the Knight of Wands with Aries. And so the King of Wands would be your energy of allowing opportunities to come to you, of sitting there and knowing that you can seek this information. And so maybe you've been sitting there for so long that you kind of feel a little trapped. the way forward, the way to create a transition here is you have the Ace of Cups, and that is allowing the flow of the universe and the abundance of the universe and the opportunities that they're offering you to come to you and to flow over you. And so I am reminded of that story, you know, that the guy that was caught in the flood, and he's up on the roof, and well, you know, the neighbors come and they're like, hey, you need to get out, you need to get out. And they have a boat. And they're like, you can get in. He's like, no, God will save me, you know. And then the water keeps rising and he gets up to, you know, the windows, and another boat comes by and they're like, you know, come on, get out, we'll give you a ride. He's like, no, God will save me. And then he gets to the roof and the helicopter comes and they want to drive blind him. And he's like, no, it's okay. Go on and help somebody else because God will save me. And then, of course, he drowns. And he shows up, and God's like, he's like, God, I thought you were going to save me. And God said, I tried. I sent you the boat twice. I sent you a helicopter. What more do you need me to do? Get in the flow with spirit. The opportunities are coming to you. If you want to be rescued, take the opportunities that are offered to you. Look around. Where are they? If you are sitting here saying, oh, God will save me. He'll send me the information. He'll send me the knowledge. And here's the opportunity in the form of this dragon showing up. And you're like, oh, I don't know. God will save me. I don't need to hitch a ride with this dragon. Yes, you do. Get in flow with spirit. The opportunities are coming. And look, in the future, what you think about, you can manifest in the 3D world. Of course you can. Everybody can. And the power of manifestation is so high this year. It's so high. There's so much opportunity. And what you spend your time thinking about is what you're going to create. So why not focus on the things that you want to? Allow yourself to get unstuck. In the recent past, here we go. Yep. You have been confused over some kind of a decision that you need to make. When I see the Lovers is, it could be a love decision. Although I don't really see anything else here that says that except for this Ace of Cups here. Opening up your heart to opportunity. So should I get in this relationship or not is definitely a thing that you could be thinking about. But it's also about making a choice and a decision that affects the people in your life that you love. So it could be a career opportunity. Do I take this job that's going to put me on the other side of the world? Do I take this opportunity with a career, or do I stick with the one I already have? Do I make this? It's a major life choice. Do we sell the house, or do we buy a house, or do we keep on renting? You know, it is major life decision choices that affect you for a long time. When I see this, and it's the house of anxiety and doubts, and so there's been a lot of like, I don't know what to do, and that's why you have allowed the vines to grow over you, because I think you know what you're supposed to do, but you've been sitting here going, I don't know, I'm waiting for God to save me. Oh, really? Okay, in the future, in the heart space, we have the Two of Swords paired up with the Hangman. And this is still trying to make a decision. Now remember, this is just for 2 weeks. This is not the whole year. This is the next 2 weeks. But the thing I like about the Hangman is about looking at things from a different perspective. And so shifting your perception, looking at things from a different angle, you know, being willing to sit there in the energy of indecision for a little bit longer while you get a new perspective on what it is you're trying to manifest might not be such a bad thing, because you do need to be taking time for self-reflection. But this manifestation of the King of Pentacles is available to you with this eclipse energy, and this is good for the whole year. It's good for 18 months. And so making some decisions about how you're going to manifest that financial abundance that you want in slow, methodical steps. You might be kind of stuck in that energy for another couple of weeks trying to figure it out. But let's see what we have in action. So in action, this is like the third time this has shown up in this position also. I don't remember who else had that there. But in the area of the mountain, the obstacle is the death, the transformation, the willingness to break free and to make some choices and decisions. I kind of feel like it was there for Taurus. Maybe it was Gemini. Okay, Page of Cups. We have the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the action is the Page of Cups. This is being open to receiving the gift, the offering that is coming to you from Spirit, the offering that is coming by way of somebody saying something, giving you something, an opportunity, right? It is coming from Spirit because we have Ace of Cups flowing here in this deep transformation energy from Pluto, basically, because it's Scorpio kind of energy here. And this is you being asked to receive it, to take the offer that is coming to you. And then manifesting what you want, that stability. Four of Wands is stability. That right there represents what you can create this year. The Four of Wands, the stability. Okay, so for some of you, could you be getting engaged? Absolutely. That could absolutely be happening here. We got the decision, is he going to ask me to marry you? Is she going to, should I do that, whatever? And then the offer, and then in the future, the wedding. The Four of Wands is often a wedding card. I mean, this feels like something else, because of what's going on over here in the heart space where we have this Two of Swords, this indecision, this Hanged Man. And so it could be that you are asked and you're like, I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Like, I can't make up my mind yet. I feel like, though, the action steps here are, it feels more like a big 3D world transformation, either career move, buying a home, getting engaged. It is a big thing, but it requires you to take step-by-step action toward it and reflection. And step-by-step doesn't exactly sound like a proposal of marriage. It might be about buying a home, though. Absolutely. Interesting energy you got there. Okay, let's pull some cards on this. Okay. Whoa. Okay, definitely that one. All right. You have memory. Memory says to review your life, this reflection card, but hang on to the good memories and let the old ones flow away. You have ambition. Nice. We might read on this one because I don't know that one. I'm still working on learning my deck here. You have inspiration. You have inspiration. That is this Ace of Cups. That is the flow of the universe coming to you. And this is strength. And this is willing to step and stand into your own power. That is a lot of stuff happening there. Strength is the one that popped out first, right? No, that would have been the memory card. Okay, but let's look. I want to see what ambition has to say. There is something you would like to accomplish that is bigger than yourself, and now is the perfect time to work on it. Apply for the better position, start your own business, launch a new project, enroll in study or volunteer, meditate on what you've been striving for, start looking for steps. That is the Knight of Pentacles. Start looking for steps. Start looking for steps or opportunities that will help you achieve your goal. If you're not sure what you want, think about what you love to do, no matter how crazy it may seem. Areas you love are always good places to start looking for what you were called to do. You will be surprised at the opportunities that open up at the odd places when you look. Spirit is sending you the rescue team. Spirit is sending you the rescue team. And the strength means, that it's not going to be easy, and it's going to require fortitude and effort, and it's not going to flow that easy. And if you don't know what it is that you love to do or what your passion is, I say start where you're curious. Where are you curious? What interests you? Do a little research on things that you find fascinating and interesting. Start there. There's always a good place to start. Never hurts to do it that way. Let's get a little guidance on the energy of your heart space with all of this indecision, this hanging in midair energy, this, I don't know. Maybe you don't know what it is you want to do because you can't figure out what it is you love to do. And again, I say, check out what are you curious about? What is interesting to you? Well, you have to be bold and make the first move. So if you're wondering if you should ask someone to marry you or to date you, or if there's something like that that you're looking at, you know, be bold to make the first move. If there's a job or a career opportunity that you want, you know, go ahead and apply for it. If there's something you're curious about, be bold to make the first move and sign up for a course on it. A lot of times you will find that, I remember I thought I wanted to be a radiologist. And I sat in the radiologist, introduction to radiologist. It was a 3-hour lecture the first day. At the halfway point, an hour and a half in, when we broke for, you know, a little break or whatever, I grabbed my stuff, walked out of there, and walked down to the registrar's office, and I dropped that course. I'm like, nope, that's not for me. A lot of times, knowing what you don't want to do is just as important as figuring out what you want to do. It's a great way to get there. And so you have trust that there is a divine plan. You have the desert passage. And you have miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. You know, expect the help to come. It is coming. Spirit is all around here offering you opportunities. Pay attention to the opportunities that are being presented to you. That is inspiration. Those thoughts, those ideas that come to you, these next 2 weeks in particular. All that information flying around, the thoughts you have, jot them down. You can flush them out later. Don't let them escape from you. Don't let them get lost. If it's something that seems interesting, grab it. Think about it. Write it down. You can figure it out later. You can do the research later. Just don't let the ideas get away from you. There's so much with that Neptune energy. It's kind of muddled, and it might be hard to hang on to the information for very long, so write it down. You have Malachite. I recognize repetitive patterns. Choose love, compassion, and kindness. Create healthy patterns in relationships. Connect with the sweetness of life. Maintain heart-centered awareness and get to the heart of the matter. So, in the relationship matters, you know, that self-reflection of how you manage those, that becomes important. But I also want to see, when I saw that repetitive patterns, the first thing I thought is, you know, the rescue coming over and over and over, those things that keep popping up in your life, and you go, well, wait a minute, maybe that's a message. Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. Remember, the energy from this eclipse energy is to help you to manifest, to create what you want. This Ten of Pentacles this King of Pentacles energy of being large and in charge and owning your world, and eventually, you know, this beautiful Four of Wands, this solid structure to move forward into the age of Aquarius. So it's big stuff, Sagittarius. It's big stuff. You got a big year ahead of you. I will chat with you in a couple of weeks. You take care. You take notes. I will talk soon. All right? Oops. I can't figure this out. Oh, wow. That is really crazy stuff there.